Welcome back to another episode of Austin Underground. It's a show all about music.
We're your hosts. I'm Ari.
And I'm Leslie. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Austin Underground. We have a fantastic show for you tonight.
We'll be giving you some music news, talking about Ariana Grande's new album, discussing the music release of this last week,
assigning albums to colors, breaking down our top 6 Spotify songs, and ending with the musician draft.
But first, let's roll the intro.
You're watching Austin Underground.
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 And you're watching Austin Underground.
Now, let's get into some music news.
Grammy winner James Blake is challenging a record label to finance therapy for artists, spotlighting the mental health toll of the music industry. Blake, who has faced his own mental health issues, argues the labels benefit financially from artists' work and should therefore support their mental well-being. He advocates for funding therapy to help artists manage the stress and isolation of their careers, a stance fueled by his personal struggles with anxiety and maintaining a public persona.
In other news, Sean Diddy Combs, whose Los Angeles and Miami homes were raided by Homeland Security investigations as part of a federal sex trafficking probe. The details of Diddy's presence during the raids remain unclear. The music mogul faces several lawsuits accusing him of rape and sexual assault. This operation is part of an ongoing investigation, with details to follow as they emerge. Diddy, previously sued by ex-girlfriend Cassie and 4 others for sexual misconduct, denies the allegations. The most recent lawsuit accuses him of a 2003 incident involving sex trafficking and assault. Legal representatives express hope that the investigation will hold Combs accountable for the alleged actions.
Finally, mark your calendars for a musical journey back in time as Disney Plus is set to release a new documentary about the iconic pop group, the Beach Boys. On May 24th, The Beach Boys on May 24th. The film offers a deep dive into the band's history, featuring the band's interviews from original members like Brian Wilson, Mike Love, and Al Jardine. Alongside the documentary, fans can look forward to an official soundtrack and a vinyl reissue of the 1964 album, Shut Down Volume 2. Additionally, a book titled The Beach Boys by the Beach Boys is set to release in April, promising fans an intimate look at the band's storied legacy.
There's also some great new albums coming out this week from artists like Chicano Batman, Beyonce, Enrique Iglesias, J-Hope, and Sheryl Crow.
Recently, Ariana Grande released her 7th studio album, Eternal Sunshine. Here to tell you how they feel about it are Drew, Michelle, and Sophia.
Hey everyone, I'm Michelle.
I'm Drew.
I'm Sophia. And today we are excited to talk about Eternal Sunshine, Ariana Grande's new album. It's only 35 minutes, so we have 13 songs. Which are we going to talk about first?
You want to go in order with this one, or you want to talk about highlights?
Whatever you'd like.
Let's go in order, because I have thoughts about every
So
I do think this album has a story to it.
It
so,
does.
Yeah, so.
So starting with intro, End of World. The World.
I loved it, first of all.
Yeah, no.
Such a good intro into this album. Like, so good.
Yeah, I liked it when she started it off with a question, like, how do I know if I'm in the right relationship? I think that was a really good start. What do you?
Yeah, it really did set a tone for the album, and it was a good segue into Bye, which is a really very. I got Dua Lipa disco vibes on this one.
You did.
Yeah,
nice.
I got. But it was. This album kind of has a juxtaposition of happy sort of instrumentals and production with very sad lyrics.
Yes.
This one is kind of like the prime example of that for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Bye, I think, is just the perfect breakup song. Like, I know Eternal Sunshine is very vulnerable and there is a lot of sad tracks, but Bye is just so much fun. And I love that. I read in an article this week that Ariana felt when she finished the song that this song is for my mom's perspective. It's not really mine. And I understand that because Ariana, of course, was in a lot of bad relationships, but she said that her mom was always so quick to just leave when she knew it wasn't right. So I think it was a very, very good song.
I agree.
What about the next song, Don't Want to Break Up Again?
Oh, it's so good. The lyrics are so sad. Like, it starts off with, I fall asleep crying, you turn up the TV. That's crazy.
That was a terrible man.
horrible.
Boy. Terrible boy
Terrible
for
boy.
doing that.
And she calls it a situationship, and you're like, she really did that, and they were married. And she calls it a situationship, which is crazy. But the melody is so good on this one. It's so simple, but like so tasty. I love it.
Yeah, I know. I think it's so good just because she's like, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do it, and I love that because like she knows what she's worth, and she knows that she's in the wrong place. And that's
I like this song, but kind of a negative I have for the album is that the album sounds great, and her voice is obviously amazing, like we all know. But one thing that kind of pulls the album down for me is the lyrics, because I feel like this album is a prime example of it, where she's gone through so much in the past year and a half that I feel like the lyrics could be more unique or like more, I guess, inspired, because I feel like some of these songs, like Don't Break Up Again, some other lyrics that we'll get, some other songs we'll get to in a bit, kind of like tread some familiar waters for me. But do y'all have the same sort of critique on it, or?
Not for this song specifically. Like, I feel like this is Ariana at some of her most vulnerable, like, we've ever seen her. So to have these, like, semi-familiar lyrics to me, I'm like, it doesn't really matter because she's never, like, said them before. So I feel like it's so important for her to say them anyway.
Yeah. I don't feel that way because, like, with the next song, Saturn Returns interlude, like, that's a skip for me. I really don't listen to it. I just, like, skip it. So it's like a song like that one that I just don't really care for.
Yeah, I mean, on this album, I feel like there's some really good highlights. Like, for me, really good highlight for me is Supernatural. Really like that synth pop beat, very 80s airy sound.
Yes.
And it's sort of, I feel like the story of this album is that she's talking about first her divorce with her husband, and it kind of gets into that romance with Ethan. Is it Ethan Slater?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets into that, and then at the end, it's kind of a reconciliation with her husband or her ex. And I feel like I like the sort of progression of it, and Supernatural comes at a really good time. Also, another highlight, obviously, is Yes Ands, the lead single. Dance floor banger. We all love it. We went number one. And then, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, for Supernatural and True Story, I really do adore those on the album. True Story is just so well. I love how the beat slowly begins and then races up and goes down and such. And I like that one just because of how vulnerable and expressive she was with it. Like with a past album when she wrote Ghosting, like that is the most vulnerable song I've ever heard. So yes, this album does have some weaker lyrics in my opinion, but I just do think that True Story was really good. And the next one, The Boy Is Mine, I feel uncomfortable listening to that song because I know it's about Ethan. I don't want to be thinking about Mr. SpongeBob redheaded in my no. So like that again, that's a skip.
But back to True Story, the True Story really gave me Thank You Next vibes for me in terms of that album is so dark sonically. I feel like that kind of, this album sounds bright, but this like song was really calling back to that Thank You Next era. But
that song was a low point for me in this album. I felt like Ariana Grande came out with that beat in the back, and it felt very cornball. I was like, I don't want this. We've heard this from her before. Like, I didn't like it.
But, I mean, I think arguably the best song on this whole album is I Wish I Hated You.
I agree with
Yes, I was just about to say that,
Yeah.
I
think this is one of her best songs.
It is one of her best songs, and I think you can really hear the pain in her and the little voice cracks and such because it is her opening up and saying, like, you know, you did such a terrible thing to me, yet here we are, and I still have compassion for you and such. But overall, I think it was really good, and then Ordinary Things, when she ends it with what her Nona says, like, you know, if you don't feel like you want to kiss your partner goodnight every night, you're in the wrong relationship, get out. So overall, I think it was a very, very good album.
And a perfect ending to the album, too. Like, it starts with, how do I know if I'm in the right relationship? And then it ends with her Nona telling her exactly how she knows if she's in the right relationship.
Exactly. Yeah, very well said. Well, thank you so much for listening, and we'll take it back to the host.
Don't move because after this break, we're discussing last week's music releases and giving you some colorful takes. Last Friday, we were so fortunate to get a ton of new music from artists like Cozier, Olivia Rodrigo, and many more. We thought it'd be nice of us to help you digest all the great content. So Michelle, Vince, and VJ, take it away.
So, Ariana Grande wasn't the only artist to release new music. Ignore what the Arianators are saying, okay? There's other artists out there. And we did some reviews of some other new music that's come out. Just a few different artists like Hozier, Adrian Langer that, came out with some new stuff.
Yeah.
Who wants to start us off? Where should we all land? Should we land on like a high note? Should we do Hozier? I think we all listen to Hozier.
Yeah, let's do Hozier first.
Okay. So, it was 4 songs. It was like a single, but like a cluster single. I don't think that's a real term. But I really liked it. I was mostly drawn to the first 2 songs, so to be honest. I wasn't so much drawn to the second half of the single. How about y'all?
To be honest, okay, I love Too Sweet, the first song. I think it was really good, and I know that's going viral on TikTok right now and such. Wildflower and Barley, the second one, really good. I don't like Empire Now.
I don't either.
I don't like it.
I'll be contrarian. I did enjoy that one.
Okay.
I think my favorite was the collab he had, the Wildflowers and Barley. I really liked the chorus in that. That was good.
I really liked Wildflowers and Barley. I feel like Empire Now, maybe it's just a title, but it's like a song for boys who dressed up in night costumes when they were a kid.
Interesting. Well, Hozier is Irish, so he's he's coming from that place.
I did not know that. Sorry, that wasn't a dig on you either, VJ.
Oh, no.
I didn't mean to, that was not me coming for you, saying you dressed up in night costumes. My bad. No, Too Sweet I thought was so good. Like, I'm so excited to like know that well enough to sing it in the car. The instrumentals on Wildflowers and Barley reminded me a little bit of Alabama Shakes too. If y'all listen to Alabama Shakes,
I didn't think of that till now.
Yeah, like a little bit of that. Like I don't know, like throwing it back to like the good songs of like the 70s.
Yeah.
He does whatever. It's not important.
It's just far back.
It's far back. Okay. You take the next one. What did you listen to that we didn't listen to?
I listened to Olivia Rodrigo.
Okay,
I don't know if y'all did.
You take the lead on that.
All right, here we go. So, first of all, obsessed. I'm obsessed. I love it. I know that this is a song that most girls like related to and such, like when she's talking about like, oh, I'm so obsessed with your ex, even though she's moved on and all this, and it's so good. And she's performing it live on her tour that she's currently doing, and it's incredible. The stage lights up red, and I think that embodies just like the anger she has like towards like the ex and everything as well. She gets a little country, and yes, she gets a little country when she sings "Girl I've Always Been," and she talks about just about like how this guy's like, oh, like this and this about you, and she's like, honey, this is how I've always been. Like, don't be saying this and that to me. Scared of My Guitar is really good, and I think it's so vulnerable because she's expressing how like I don't want to pick up my guitar and start songwriting like I usually do, because she knows that the person she's with right now, she's not in love with them. She just doesn't want to admit it, and she knows her guitar songwriting will. And 2 more quickly, Stranger is really good. It's how you get over a breakup. Like you wake up one day and realize like, hey, forget him, I'm done. Like, you know, and I think it's beautiful. It's so beautiful, and I think it was one of her most healing songs that she's ever written. And a huge congrats to Olivia, because So American, the last song, is her first ever love song that she's ever released.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's the first ever love song. So her current boyfriend's doing something right. That's all I gotta say. And
she's moving on.
She's moved on.
She's moving on.
She says she wants to marry him, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm just very happy for her.
Congrats, Liv. Do your nuptials on this show.
Overall,
Come let us see that ring. See that fat ring.
Overall, just an amazing, incredible 5 new songs. And what did y'all listen to?
You didn't listen to Adrian Langer, right?
No.
Okay.
Take it away.
We listened to Adrian Langer. Adrian Langer, that's her. She is the lead singer of Big Thief. If you know them, you might know like Vampire Empire or like Certainty. But she released. She's been releasing albums for a while now. She released a new album. What is it called? Hold on. I should absolutely know this. I'm like a huge.
It's called Bright Future.
Okay, Bright Future. I really loved it. I don't think it's a huge genre departure for her. She stays in like a pretty like acoustic, sad girl indie type of vibe. But there is definitely like some variation within that. Like there's some songs, like the first song off of the album Real House is like it's sad as hell, you know? It's really sad. It's like a wail, you know? But then like I think Fool, No Machine, and Free Treasure to kind of bring it up a little bit. Vampire Empire, did you listen?
That's such a sad song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I like Candle Flame. I liked Already Lost. I know Adrienne Lenker's been kind of well known the last couple of months because she's had sort of like quite a viral songwriting class.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a lot of products
I didn't
of
know
that. Yeah, going around the internet. And you can see why people are so into her songwriting and willing to learn from it. And it's really, this album is a masterclass on incredibly sad but very impactful and moving songwriting. She's the best at that, I think. So.
I've got to get that a listen. Vampire Empire, like, just, yeah, it was, she did her and Big Thief did, like, a version of that on their last release, their single release, but she did, like, a solo rework of it. It's really good. I honestly like it more. Yeah, I thought that was really good. And then the rest of it, I think, like, it's like similar tunes. It's like slightly different variations of sad, but I'm always a huge fan. I go to sleep to her. Nothing's gonna top anything for me though. Like her song Anything. That was like peak Adrienne Lenker.
If you want the right vibe for that album, I went out to the Greg Gym as the sunset was happening. I sat in the hammocks and listened to that album. It was beautiful.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, approach for it.
Okay, we should do a speed round. Let's do a speed round. Okay, just cycle through it. What have you listened to? And like sum it up in like one sentence.
I've been listening to Empress of For Your Consideration. It's her 4th album. I've seen her twice supporting Rina Sawayama and Kylie Rae Jepsen, and she's gotten really good. This album has collabs with Muna and Rina Sawayama, and she's just doing that sort of club pop queer thing going on, and she's very good at it now, so I give that a listen if you're into that.
I did notice the Charlie XCX, like Kim Petras kind of vibe off of that album. It was really good. We listened to the new Girl in Red Sabrina collab. That was insane. That was really good.
It was really good. Sabrina's section was too short, though, in my opinion.
It was. I thought it was gonna be like more like she just sort of had a verse, you know.
A very short verse. Like,
Girl in Red brought Sabrina on for a verse. Like I think that's awesome. Les's stay winning. But it was really good. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like Garbage. Not the thing. Like the band Garbage. Or like Hole with Courtney Love. That was really good. And then I also gave the new Jesus and Mary Chain album listen. That was really good. Very like strobe lighted Berlin club kind of vibe.
The first 2 songs I listened to, the first one was really good as an intro. Like
it really
got me
good.
into I could like imagine myself at their concert already. That's how good it was.
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you for listening. You should give these albums a listen. Definitely recommend it.
Definitely.
And we'll send it back over to the host.
Being a musician means you're an artist, and being a true artist means you're never locked down to one medium. Whether we notice it or not, when musicians drop music, they are super particular when picking their color scheme for their albums. Here to tell you about the intersection between colors and music are Leslie, Kaylee, Kai, and Liv.
Hi! Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So today we're going to be discussing our album picks for certain colors. So the colors that we chose were blue, red, yellow, and black. So does anyone want to start off maybe with color blue?
Let's start with blue. I'd like to start this off by saying Blue by Joni Mitchell, back on Spotify.
Nice, very nice.
That is my pick.
Wait, why is it back on Spotify?
Well, she took it off for some reasons. I don't really remember. I think there was...
It was like protesting.
Yes, it was a protest. And so she was only on Apple Music, and I don't like Apple Music.
No.
So I stayed on Spotify, and Joni left, and I was sad. And now Joni's back.
Were those like issues resolved, or did she just say,
I think
it's back on Spotify?
I think she might have just said it's back on
Okay.
Spotify. I'm not exactly sure.
Good for her,
So
though.
don't quote me on that. But California is back on Spotify.
there we go. That's my blue pick. It's blue.
I had a couple blue picks.
Yeah, I have a couple too.
Because I was like, yeah, I can't do just one. My number one would have to be Untourable album by Midnight Trust. If you go to my
Midnight Trust.
last 4 weeks, like most played songs, it's the entire album, just like in a row.
Just like 14 times.
Yes. So yeah, that's my blue album. I love it.
That's awesome.
Favorite band.
I love Midnight Trust.
My blue album is The Ooze by King Cruel. It's like a jazz rock fusion kind of thing, very lo-fi,
Nice.
very like, I don't know, it's like muddled.
Cool.
It's a good like album. I just like when I just want to like chill at home. I have the record for it and I just kind of lay down and yeah, it's chill.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, my blue album pick was Melodrama by Lorde.
That's such a good one.
It's just such a good album, no skip album in my opinion. I'm sure for all of us, the albums we picked are like no skip albums. But hot take, but I think I like Melodrama better than Pure Heroine.
That is a hot take.
I hear people say that.
I hear people say that.
I have that backed up by another AE member, but I think both are great, and it just depends on what you like.
Depends on your taste.
Depends on your taste, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Pure Heroine, for the color black, that was my album choice, was Pure Heroine by Lorde. So there you
Great
go.
choice.
We got some Lorde action happening on this panel.
Very nice.
What about you guys?
Are we in the color black now?
Yes. I think so.
For black, I had The Fame Monster by Lady Gaga.
That's so good.
It's such a black feeling album too. Like it's so like, what's another word that for the thing I'm thinking of that rhymes with like, slunty. And it's like
glamorous.
Yes, so
maybe?
glamorous. So like going out like in a black. Yes.
Party.
And then my other one was Heart Like a Wheel by Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, okay. Linda Ronstadt. That's interesting.
Genre is that?
Like singer, like kind of similar to Joni Mitchell,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
singer
yeah.
songwriter. It has
Like
"You're No Good" on
70s.
it. That album. If you guys know that song.
Yeah.
I had Visions by Grimes. Very popular electronic pop album.
So good.
It's got Oblivion on it, you know.
Yeah,
you know that one.
You know, Oblivion, Grimes.
For me, I had Blurry Face by 21 Pilots.
Throwback.
Shut up. That's so funny. I was listening to that album yesterday.
I've been into 21 Pilots. My listening history is just all 21 Pilots. Because ever since they announced new music, like literally my obsession is like re-emerging.
You're so
and
real.
Blurry Face, oh my god, you just had to be there. Like the music
We were.
videos, y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all know,
no, literally.
Isla Joseph with like the black hands and like the black neck. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
I definitely have a picture of me,
People
like,
in 2014
recreating
were
it.
going crazy for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No.
I definitely have a picture of me at 11 with like the makeup and the outfit on, being like, "Mom, I'm dressed up as Taylor Joseph."
Yeah,
That's so
if
funny.
I ever go to, when I go see them.
Okay,
I
okay,
will
we
be
got a
doing
real
that.
fan.
I will be doing that.
Oh,
You will
gee.
see me with the
That's so
black
funny.
neck and black hands. But yeah,
Real.
Kai,
You're
Kai
so
was
real.
here.
Which one?
Black.
I said
Oh, you said it?
Visions, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do y'all want to move on to red?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
For red, I chose When the Pawn by Fiona. There it is. There's When the Pawn. No, that is the best red album. I like that album. Just like every single song speaks to another. Like it's just so good. It's just a note.
That's
like,
the only red
truly-
album. I don't think
It's the
I
only
think
red
that's all we
album. I
need.
think we
I
can
mean,
just
we've got
end,
two of
end the whole
us.
panel. Like it's When the Pawn. But yeah, it's such a good album. Fiona Apple killed it with that one.
My red album was Cinema by the Marias.
That's also
it's
such
just,
a good one.
Yeah, it's such a good album. The production is really good. Maria's vocals always hit.
Every time.
Yeah, I love the cover art too. It's just her with like.
In like the
swan.
theater, right? Or wait.
It's just all red, and then she's just sitting with like a swan.
That's such a good
I don't know, but it's such a good album.
banger.
I picked the Smiths self-titled album. I know it's like no manipulator core, but like
Good
We put
album.
Fiona Apple
like,
here too.
Yeah,
like, you know,
female manipulator.
Female manipulator,
it's
male
just- I
manipulator.
love a good like ballad and just like
Yeah,
sad
it's a
music
good
to
album.
wallow in. So
so good.
that's what that is.
Okay.
That's
and
so good.
so the last color is yellow.
Yes.
I guess I can start that one. I chose Torches by Foster the People.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I love that album, and it's like very, like, if you had to describe like 2010s like indie pop music, like that's the album. Torches by Foster the People, banger after banger after banger.
A lot of nostalgic picks.
No, you've got like Lorde, you've got 21 Pilots, Foster the People. I'm sensing the decade.
I'm just one of those people that like always like re-listens to old music. Like I just always revert to my old music. So yeah. It shows.
You're real. You're real. I chose The Glow Part 2 by the Microphones.
I love
banger album. I love that album. I also was thinking Hello Nasty by the Beastie Boys. Those are two yellow albums that I just could listen to all the time, especially The Glow Part 2. Every song on there.
One of my favorites.
So good. Thank you.
I had two. One was The Noise Made by People by Broadcast. That's like one of my favorite albums ever. Like whole thing from beginning to end. So good. And the other one is Gling Glow by Bjork.
Oh, Bjork.
Just another yellowy feeling album too. It's
That's so
like
good.
yeah.
I picked On Avery Island by Neutral Milk Hotel. More scary man music, but it's really good though.
That's crazy.
It's really good. It's like it sounds like summer to me, like summer in like Boston. I've never been to the East Coast, but that's what I imagine it's like. Yeah, just kind of like folksy and like you like little twang.
I think we've learned on this panel that we all have really insufferable music tastes here at AU. So good to know.
Yeah. I had one more yellow that is also a throwback, but Contra by Vampire Weekend.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
that one
that's
is
such a
also
good one.
Such a good album.
That's such a good one.
But yeah, those were our album color picks. Back to the host.
Stick around because after this break, we'll be sharing our Spotify top 6 songs and putting our favorite musicians head to head.
Ever wonder what your favorite AU member has been listening to? If your answer is yes, then you're going to love this panel. Next up, we have Emerson, Justin, Vince, and Drew here to talk about their recent favorites.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the panel. I'm Justin.
I'm Vince.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Emerson.
And we're here to talk about our top 6 artists and tracks from the past month. So I think we should just get straight into it. Should we start from the bottom or from the top?
Oh, I like bottom.
Let's go bottom.
All right, let's start at 6.
Not the first time I said that. Okay, you start us off, Emerson. What's your bottom last
bottom artist or song? Or both?
Bottom artist.
So my bottom artist is Swerve Driver. They're a shoegaze band / alt band from the 90s.
Okay.
My favorite album / their main one is Mescal Head. I don't really know why they're in my top 6 right now. I think it was because I was listening to their most recent album from 2019. I could not tell you the name, honestly. So yeah.
Okay.
My number 6 artist is the 1975. I've been listening to Brief Inquiry into Online Relationships and their debut a lot, so pretty good. Very small. I don't think you've heard of them. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I was raised in a cave. My number 6 is Sofia Cortesis. She's like kind of like an electronic, like, I don't know, like mostly like Spanish music, kind of like Bombo Estrella, if you know them. She was also here for South by Southwest. Did y'all see her?
I did not see her. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You don't support Spanish-speaking queer
Oh.
artists, is what I'm hearing. Kidding. Sorry, I'm not starting off on a great foot. You go ahead, Justin.
My number 6 artist for the last month was the Lumineers. I just love the Lumineers. I listen to a lot of them. I've been bumping to Flowers in Your Hair most. That's my favorite Lumineers song at the moment. They're a mainstay at the top of my list.
Straight Famous.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sorry, there was a callback.
Number 5.
So my number 5 is Dorian Electra, Gay Famous.
Definitely Gay Famous.
Kaylee and I recently saw them in concert, and they were just fantastic. So that's probably why they released an album in October called Fanfare, and it was just beautiful. And you should watch our coverage over it. Yeah.
My number 5 is also a very small artist, The Weeknd.
Okay.
Yeah. Male manipulator
number
music
1
again.
on Spotify.
Yeah, The Weeknd. The Trilogy is one of my favorite albums. It's like a compilation. It's like one of my favorite albums ever. So yeah, been listening to that. Lately.
I actually am a
Super
Weeknd
Bowl
fan.
throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throwback to mixtapes.
My number 5 is Japanese Breakfast. I love her. I love her even more since I read her memoir. It was like so good, and it made like all of her music a lot more like, I don't know, emotional every time I listen to it. Like especially from her first album, Psychopomp. But yeah, really good. Definitely give it a listen.
Moving up the list, my number 5 is Minova, a newer artist, kind of bedroom poppy, used a lot of synth in her music, and she's just vibes. I love Minova. I think that she is going to be huge when she comes out with her first real album. We don't know when, but she only has 4 or 5 songs out right now, but she's going to be huge. Just mark my words.
He's putting money down on this, so yeah.
Yeah, I believe you. My third is Duster. Don't even want to go to explain that. I just sound like, can I say arsehole? Can I say that out live? I sound like a pretentious person.
Maybe.
I pronounce it like a British person, so I should be able to. I sound like a little jerk. I don't know. I sound pretentious. Duster is a pretentious band, but they are fantastic. Slowcore.
Oh, so the British are pretentious.
Exactly. I don't even think they're British. I don't know.
They're like Midwest emo. Is that the right way to describe them?
They're more like they're like slowcore shoegaze, which I'm
okay. I was totally off the mark. My bad. Don't even try calling Midwest emo slowcore shoegaze.
Don't even try it.
It's not correct. You're gonna be
can't
so
do it.
off the mark.
And I'm gonna
It's
make
gonna be
fun of you.
humiliating for you and everyone. Okay, what about you, Drew?
My number 4, not keeping the good streak up, is Radiohead. Yeah. Male manipulator again. Yeah. The Bends. It's the Bends. I love the Bends. Yeah.
Good song there.
Yeah.
I totally
Baby's got the Bends. Oh no.
Have you ever had the Bends before?
Oh yeah. Who hasn't?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't. I thought it was mostly like a scuba diver thing.
Have you ridden in a Benz before?
Ooh.
Okay. My number 4 is gonna be Rufus Wainwright. That's right. My little gay boy. My little gay, quirky, singing, songy boy. Yes, he's like an opera singer originally, and then like he's like, I don't know, he does this like sort of like whimsical, I don't know, acoustic music. It's really beautiful. Like, it's either like so sad and like about like the depths of his addiction, or it's like, I'm in love. Like, it's like so like you can get everything in his discography. Like, he has so much music. Like, listen to it, you'll find something you like. He did Hallelujah for Shrek.
My next artist, my number 4, is C418.
Oh
Otherwise known as
yeah.
the composer of the Minecraft soundtrack. I had 2 14-hour drives in the last month to get home to Tennessee and back, and I listened to the entire Minecraft soundtrack on both ways. So that's why they're very high up. Nonetheless, I love you, C418.
We love you, C418.
Okay, let's speed round it, guys.
a bit. So my next one is Mahmood, who's an Italian artist who did Eurovision's like song a couple years ago, but he's fantastic.
My number 3 is Travis Scott.
Go ahead.
My number 3 is Faye Webster.
My number 3 is Coldplay.
I have Mogwai.
Oh my, it's just so hard to be different.
I'm so different, everybody.
Okay, bring in the post-rock. My number 2 is the Black Keys. Yeah, basic dad rock pick. Yeah.
My number 2 is Quinny. She's kind of viral right now, but her stuff is great and whimsical.
My number 2 is Joe Hisaishi, the composer of a lot of the Studio Ghibli movies. Same explanation as C418. Listen to the soundtracks on the drive.
And I'm quirky, so my number 1 is Dinosaur Jr.
Hey.
Congratulations.
So quirky,
Congratulations.
So quirky, so different.
My number 1 is The Police. Synchronicity is an amazing album to listen to all the time. Yeah, I love it.
My number 1 is Adrian Lanker.
Amazing.
Quirky, gay, feminist.
Sorry, I guess I like acoustic women.
My number 1 is... My number 1 is Good Kid. Good Kid's a great indie pop artist. Just hit 2 million monthly listeners. I'm so proud of you, Good Kid. New album out tomorrow. Listen to the Good Kid album out tomorrow.
You're a good kid, good kid.
And with that said, that is our top 6 artists. A little bit of embarrassment, a little bit of underground, a little bit of male manipulator in there, you know? But everybody's picks are obviously valid. Listen to who you want to listen to. Let's send it back to the hosts.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to put together a dream team, like Simon Cowell when he created One Direction? Well, next up, these folks are going to have the opportunity to create their own dream team in the first ever AU draft. Take it away, Jacob, BJ, and Michelle.
Hi. We're going to do an AU musician draft. We're going to have our friends right here build their favorite musician team. We have 9 people right here that they're going to kind of choose from and build their team. And then we're going to go through a few different rounds of segments of different games, I guess, and then they'll kind of debate and see what they want. So first, I'm going to have you guys roll these dice and figure out whoever gets the highest number gets to pick first. Y'all will kind of just go through each of them. Pick your favorite ones. They're going to be teams of 4. One person's going to be left out.
5.
Okay, so VJ, go first. Pick your person and then tell the camera who you chose. First pick.
Let's go with Kurt.
Kurt Cobain.
I got Kurt Cobain because he's cool.
Sure.
Okay. We're going to go with Tyler, the Creator, just because I know he's made some really good beats and a lot of famous songs.
Sure.
No.
Amy Winehouse is my next pick.
No.
She's got one of the best voices, I think, out of here. So,
cool.
Banking her away. I'm going to take Elvis Presley just because I feel like every generation knows him, a song or two, and he just had new movies come out this year, so he's relevant right now.
I'm going to take the Cucumber.
Oh,
I don't know the reference.
You don't?
But,
VeggieTales.
You don't? That feels
it's a
wrong.
Cucumber.
I feel like I should have him if you don't know who he is. Okay, then I'm going to go with Drake because, I mean, it's Drake. That's all I got to say.
Okay, each of you guys get one more pick.
Nikki.
Okay, I'm going to go with Elsa.
Okay.
I just have a feeling about
So
her.
little SpongeBob has been not chosen. So
Sorry, Ethan Slater. Sorry.
Okay, so the first round is going to be so we're going to go 3 different rounds. Once you choose your player, you may no longer choose them for the next rounds until the very end. So for the first round, it's going to be who do you think is the most talented? Singing, dancing, musical writing,
I'm gonna go
all the above.
I'm going to go with Elvis Presley.
All right. 10 seconds. Just explain real quick why you think. We'll go.
Amy influenced an entire generation. You see, after she came on, we had Adele, we had Ray, we had all sorts of new artists that try to mimic the Amy Winehouse style because she was so good at what she did. Her voice is one in a generation.
I chose Elvis because there can only be one Elvis. No one can mimic him just like people mimicked Amy Winehouse. Not only is he just himself, but he has a generation. He has his wife, Priscilla. He has his grandchildren who were in Daisy Jones and the Six. Like, this man and his music just live on, and I don't think you can beat that.
Okay. I think I'm going to go with Amy Winehouse on this one.
Okay.
Because I think Elvis Presley sometimes mimicked some other people to get to where he went. So that's round 1. So put Amy Winehouse away, put Elvis away right now.
Okay.
So the next round, we're going to bring in a guest judge. Pick a person who you think would survive on a desert island.
May I ask a trick question? Like, just by themselves, or they have
By
things
themselves.
that... Okay.
I'm going to go with the Cucumber because he's got no arms, and I'm guessing he doesn't need to eat if he's a vegetable. So.
I'm gonna go with Drake because we all know Elsa can't survive on an island, and I just feel like Drake is gonna be chill about it. We all know he's rich enough to have a yacht come pick him up eventually, and we know this man would survive. So.
Okay, guest judge Molly, come over here. I hope you've heard what they had to say.
Of course I did.
Do you have a take?
I mean, how can you compete with a cucumber?
Right.
You know,
Immortal vegetable.
Yeah.
He can, you know, I'm pretty sure that he's religious. He can, you know,
He's got the
put
power
up
of God.
some,
Yeah.
you know, and he doesn't need food.
No, I know.
And he's a cartoon.
I know. I know.
And Drake, he's such a little baby.
Yeah.
He's not going to survive.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Larry the Cucumber.
Okay, that's round 1. Thank you, Molly. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Again.
And before we go to this next round, I want to give you guys an opportunity to make any trades if you would like to. Before we move into the final or second to final
You're
round.
not taking my people.
Okay. Well, I'm happy with my choices.
All right.
So.
Okay. We had to see. Okay. So for round 3, who would shut down the Louis Vuitton store?
Oh my God!
And our guest judge, none other, we have Justin.
All right. I have Tyler the Creator. We all know Tyler the Creator is the most fashionable artist there can be. He's always dressed well. He's in like Gucci and Louis Vuitton. I don't know. He's in a lot of expensive campaigns. And I just think if anyone's going to shut down Louis Vuitton, it has to be Tyler the Creator.
Okay.
I got Nikki because I think she's more famous and therefore she's going to shut down the store faster.
Can I like counter argue something or no?
Sure.
As a matter of fact, Nikki has been wearing a lot of Versace, so just wanted to put that out there.
I don't know what that means.
Do you have another counter? Or?
Maybe she really wants to be in the Louis Vuitton store.
Sure.
Yeah.
She
wants it more. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, this is really a question we all ask ourselves. Who would shut down a Louis store? And I think that both of these people would shut down a Louis store. They're both incredibly famous, very recognizable people. And though Nikki's been wearing Versace, I think that she is immediately recognizable in any room that she's in, and therefore, I think that if she pulls up to the Louis store, it's shut down before she's even there. And therefore, I'm going to say that Nikki wins this round.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's just her aura shuts down the Louis store.
Her aura.
Thank you, Justin. And you can stay here right now. So for the final round, we want to see who has the best team, the teamwork. So pull everyone back. And I'm going to also pull Molly back right here. We're going to give you guys a second to think about who you think has the best just musical team, all around, talented, beautiful, strong team.
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know how I can paint a cohesive picture here. I got Kurt Cobain, I got Amy, I got Nikki, and I got the Cucumber. Mascot, he can play guitar, she can sing, and she has the real personality. She has the fame. I don't know how they fit together, but they do fit together, and they're like the most popular band in the world. I don't know.
Okay. My team, I picked these because I feel like there's a different genre of music in each one. You got some pop, you got some pop and like country, and then you got rap. And then I feel like I picked Elsa just because we have the animation, we have the children's music, and also I was just really hoping she would freeze out the rest of the competition.
Ooh.
So that's why she's on my side. She does have superpowers, and just the Cucumber doesn't have superpowers. That's all I got.
Dark has
I mean, the superpower of plot armor.
But can she freeze
really
people? She can't legit
He has
freeze
the
people.
power of Christ on his side.
That's Larry is a man of God. On this planet.
And he's a cucumber who can talk, so that's gotta be a...
I think that Larry's really a glue guy for the chemistry of a team.
That's true.
Larry's someone that
He's the emotional compass. Yeah.
There's tension between him and Nikki. It's just... Yeah.
Why is there tension?
You know why there's tension, you know?
No, go
No, do you want to...
No. Anyway, what are you thinking?
See, they're more colorful over there, but she does literally have superpowers.
She does.
I mean, we have...
He has dancing superpowers. He has rap powers. He's got fashion powers.
But we have Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, and Nicki Minaj.
But you could have
and
this.
A cucumber.
You could have this
But honestly,
ice team.
I think I can't say that on
Like
air.
if you saw in like a concert, like hey, Elsa, Elvis Presley, Drake, and Tyler are all touring together versus
Like
Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse.
You know all the kindergarten.
If they went on tour, I'd be like,
It would be.
where am I?
This would be a family tour. Like your parents are gonna go on, and grandparents are gonna want to see Elvis. You're gonna want like a teenager, young adults gonna want to see Drake and Tyler, and then like even the babies and the little kids get to come too. So it's like, why not have a family tour and see everyone?
But think of the reality TV franchising opportunities for this group. There's so much.
Yeah, think of like the announcement that Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse are going on tour.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But I mean, I think that they're the perfect, like Larry, Amy, Kurt Cobain, Nicki Minaj. That's like a dream blank rotation. And there would also be a dream podcast lineup. Like imagine that.
Yeah.
I want to hear them four talk music.
Like, yeah, what would Elvis Presley and Drake chat about? But like,
and
what would
Elsa.
and Elsa?
But think about all the different accents and like personality you're gonna get out of this. Like we all know they're gonna like, they're gonna just. It would be a really good show to watch. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
So let's
I think
y'all have your. You ready? I'll vote. You'll vote, and you'll vote, and
Yeah.
then that will be the winner.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna go with the Cucumber Squad.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think I will too.
I am also going to go with Cucumber
I'm
Squad.
so sorry.
You put up a valiant effort.
Well,
They're frozen.
That's been the AU draft. If y'all had him on his team.
Why would we want an Ethan Slater cheater on our team?
This is
So
SpongeBob
true.
fan- Okay,
All right, well, hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Let's
go back to
yeah,
the
bye
host.
guys.
Thank you for tuning in today. We hope you liked the show.
And remember, if you want more of Austin Underground's latest content, make sure to check out our social media at Austin Underground and our website, austinunderground.org.